eating snacks.
And we just live.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. Jokes is in his building.
In my building.
Sin, you are in your building. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
I mean, you sound okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You
You
sound okay. This is Cutscenes, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in video games, and cutscenes are
the best part of the game.
Straight up. So, look, technically, normally, this would be E3 week. Like,
it would be.
We would be in the throes of the Electronic Entertainment Expo. We're not. We're not.
Nah.
Which, you know, listen, truthfully, probably not really a COVID thing. E3 might have been looking at being a problem anyway.
Right.
We're not going to get into the history of that right now. What we are going to talk about today are a couple of things. Let me start by saying I know that a lot of video game information came out today. IGN was running their whole like summer of gaming thing all day today. There were a lot of like new trailers and a lot of new information, interviews, stuff like that. We are not going to get into that too much just now.
Cool.
We will talk about that briefly tomorrow, just before we go live for the PlayStation 5 reveal event. So that's happening at 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time. So Sin and I will be going live for that, and we're going to go live about a half an hour early. So about 3:30, we're going to jump in, and we'll start out by just kind of having some conversation about some of the things that happened today. What we're going to talk about tonight are our predictions for the show tomorrow, so that tomorrow we'll know how wrong we were. And we're also going to talk about the Destiny 2 reveal that happened yesterday. And for real, we might as well just start there. Destiny 2. Destiny as a whole has had a very interesting lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Destiny 2, though, kind of a surprise, because when Destiny was revealed, it was said to have a 10-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be this whole, we're just going to kind of keep adding on this living, breathing MMO kind of a thing. And it would appear that because Bungie signed a deal with Activision, Activision had different plans and decided, nope, it's better to put a number 2 on it, sell another one. You know, that's how we do things. We put another one out. You know what I mean? That's how we make money. That's the Activision way. Bungie has since split with Activision, which I think was probably a very good thing for them.
Agree on that part.
They had a large sum of money, millions upon millions of dollars, that came to them from Chinese company NetEase, that has allowed Bungie to have probably the freedom they really needed to take Destiny in the direction that I think it needs to go. There is no secret here. I have my issues with Destiny. And Destiny 2. You two, on the other hand, while you might have your issues, don't have the ones I have.
I think that's, we can agree there.
I know you guys are probably more excited about what happened yesterday than I am. You guys both watched the reveal yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys watched it live as it happened. I did not. I was working. And it wasn't important enough for me to go hide somewhere and try to watch it. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I saw you guys in our team's chatting away and getting excited. And I rolled my eyes multiple times. Just going to keep that a buck.
If they don't shut up about this.
Hey. Like, come on, man. They're not doing anything. I did watch it though. I mean, I watched it. I just didn't watch it, live when it happened. So I mean, I know what's going on. Talk to me for a second. Jokes, I'm going to go to you first because you are, between the three of us, the Destiny superfan. Before we get started, we need to establish what that means when I say, Jokes, you are the Destiny superfan. So, Destiny 1. How many times did you buy Destiny 1?
I would say at least 3 times. So, and of course, this is physical day. So, originally bought it on PS4. Had issues in the beginning, traded it in. Bought it again, traded it in. Taken King came out, bought the Taken King setup and everything, digital on that front. So 3 times there. Then when you guys decided you wanted to jump in, or you guys were already playing, but of course I was on.
We were already on the first one, yeah.
So I went ahead and then bought, so 4 times. So then I went ahead and bought the bundle on the Xbox, and so we could all go in on there. So D1, there was a love-hate relationship the whole way through it. By the time Taken King came out, I was fully in, fully committed, and it was it was on from there.
Okay, Destiny 2. How many times have you purchased Destiny 2?
Only 1 time.
One time?
1 time.
I don't know. Don't you have Destiny 2 on PlayStation and on Xbox?
Yes, but I downloaded it when it became free. There was like a free window where you could download it. Well, now they have the new light, but this was before that. So I downloaded free on PlayStation. I just didn't have. I don't have the DLC. So when you buy it free on the PlayStation, or when you downloaded it, you just didn't have all the DLC, even if you had it on a different console. So that was pretty much just running the bare bones Destiny 2 game that's on there for it. The only one that I actually do have it. Otherwise, pretty much the full DLC, I got Stadia. So because I had Stadia, they gave you the DLC. And
everybody got that.
I do have it fully on Stadia as well too.
Have you ever tried to play it on Stadia?
I played it for 10 minutes. I mean,
that's how good it was.
Yeah, it was cool, interesting to do, but I still don't. I don't have a phone that can do Stadia on there, so it kind of didn't do what I wanted to do. So yeah.
Okay. So talk to me about what Luke Smith and company had to say about Destiny 2, what the future of Destiny 2 looks like, what it was that they literally rolled out like right after the stream yesterday. Talk to me about what that is, what it means, what's happening, and why I should care.
So the beginning piece of it. So the new season of Arrival. So that's what's currently live right now that people can jump into Destiny and start playing.
And hold tight. If there's anybody in the chat who is a Destiny person, please sound off. I just want to know before I offend you, because I might. I just want to know ahead of time. And I see you, Alfonso. Yes, they're doing a new Alex Kidd. Not sure I'm happy about that. That's a discussion that may happen later. Yeah, but yeah, if you're a Destiny person, please let me know in the chat. But go ahead, sir.
But yeah, so the season of Arrival is their new season that they're currently doing right now within Destiny 2. So,
what does that mean?
So what they've done, instead of trying to take it away, so now pretty much it's like every 3 months. It's about 3 months or so that each season is. Something changes within the world of Destiny, and they kind of expand on what's going on. So new storylines, not necessarily a big grand scheme type of thing, but new stories that pop up, which of course gives you new weapons, new armor, different things like that. Typically a light level increase may come along with the seasons as well too. So with this particular one, this season is almost really going to tie directly into when the new big DLC comes out, which is called Beyond Light. That's going to drop in September. So that's going to be the big catalyst that they have for this year that's going to be dropping. So the biggest things they wanted to put forward from that was, of course, new worlds to discover. So a lot of the DLC that's come out in the past, you've kind of just revisited some of the worlds that you've already been in, and they've just added different new elements to what each world had. But they wanted to express this time, no, you guys are going to get fully new worlds. You're going to be immersed with new things that you've never seen before in there. I do give them props. They did acknowledge the fact that, we kind of dropped. Oh.
We can't hear you. I see you talking, but we can't hear you. Check.
Move forward. You know what? Come forward. Come forward a little bit.
Hold on. Nah. Let's try it again.
Nothing.
Right there.
No
Now,
matter
there
what
you go.
Right there.
There you go.
This is some BS.
We're gonna get you
Tell
something.
your cat stop chewing on your cords, bruh.
Might be.
Alfonso, my man, not a fan. I'm with you.
No, I'm just backing on what Joseph said. They also said new enemies too with these new DLCs.
New enemies. You in and out.
New enemies. If you guys didn't hear,
New
that.
enemies.
New enemies. I do give them props. You know,
Are we really getting new enemies?
well, hey, they
Like-
weren't clear on exactly what new enemies look like. Well, the darkness. So, the darkness has been a thing since Destiny 1. We've always had this lore,
doubt.
this story that they've been talking about. The darkness. You know, when you died at a certain aspect, you know, it's like the darkness has consumed you. But we never really were expanded on to know exactly what the darkness is. So, Beyond Light is supposed to actually explain what the darkness is. And we're
Yeah, but I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, are we actually getting new enemies, or are we going to get different versions of the same enemies like we did with the Taken? Like the Taken was just like, oh, here's the guys you fought already. They look different. You know what I'm saying?
Words, the way they made it seem is these are supposed to be completely new enemies that we have not seen yet. So hopefully it's not going to try to do the Taken thing again, but it's supposed to be a whole new enemies. Now, I give them props. You know, they acknowledge the way that Destiny 2 has rolled out really hasn't fully been the way that they wanted to, and they acknowledge those issues and everything. I give them mad props for that.
Correct.
So they're going to try to do things that a lot of people are asking for. Now, one big takeaway that I did take, so they also said, you know, Destiny has a lot of story. Destiny 2 has a lot of story, a lot of missions, certain things that you go through. Depending on where you jump in at, you may not necessarily go back to a lot of those older missions and everything, and they
might not
realize
need
that.
to. Right.
So what they're going to do is, because patches are becoming gigantic, the different updates are just becoming too gigantic that they're reaching those limits on where they just can't do anything. So they're going to start taking some of the older content out and putting into their, what they're calling like their Destiny Vault.
Right.
So it'll still be accessible, but it's not necessarily going to be housed completely in the universe how it is right now, where you can pretty much just go in and access all those old story modes and everything. That's pretty much the main pieces of it. We kind of, like I said, we talked about the darkness. Got one.
There's one other thing you missed, Jokes.
What I missed?
They're adding in a new subclass.
New subclass.
All new subclass. Yes. Very big for all. Yeah, the darkness subclass, which looks to be ice based, coming to everybody.
Correct.
Because they were they haven't changed that since the very first game, so they say this is the biggest difference thing we can do is add in a new subclass.
Clearly a thing that should have happened and was supposed to happen in the first game. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, there's a space for it. Like, there should have been a third subclass. So I'm glad that they are finally doing that. I hope that obviously there's going to be some balancing issues and things like that they're going to have to deal with, you know what I mean, and take care of when you add a new, add a new subclass in terms of ability. I'd like to see like a new hero type or something like that, but that's a whole other thing. That might be a Destiny 3 thing. However, having said that, let's talk about the Vault of Glass. Bro, it looks like they might be bringing back the Vault of Glass.
Oh no, they definitely said that.
I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know they said it, bro, but I'm just saying, like, okay, listen. Bringing back the Vault of Glass into the Destiny 2 engine might be a problem. I might.
That tickled your fancy a little bit?
First of all, I don't have a fancy. I just want you to know that. Don't you ever threaten to tickle it either. Okay? Now, let's just get that out of the way. The idea of them cycling out content that currently is a part of Destiny 2, because Destiny now sits at like 150 gigs.
Yeah,
it is a huge title. So this is why they're having to cycle stuff in, cycle stuff out. I am not exactly sure how you cycle out stuff or cycle out enough stuff to then cycle in things from the first Destiny without essentially maintaining the same space. But maybe they just mean they're not going to get any larger than the 150. You know what I mean? At least not at the moment. Okay? I think that's cool, though. I think that there are a lot of things that people miss from that original Destiny, from those original runs.
100% agree
that, and there are people who jumped into Destiny in Destiny 2. Especially now that there is that free-to-play aspect of Destiny 2 that never touched any of that content that is so classic and so beloved from Destiny 1. I think that's dope. I think it's a very smart idea to give people some of that legacy and to really start treating Destiny like it has a legacy. Because we are really talking about a new IP that really got ushered in at the tail end of the last generation. You know what I mean? Because the first Destiny was on 360. PS3. As well as the one in the PS4. And so cycling into the new, which they also did say, if you've got this DLC, you will not have to pay for this DLC again when you move over to PlayStation 5, when you move over to Xbox Series X, which, again, I think is a smart move. I just think it makes sense. You have a game that is cross-generational. You have a game that is one that people are always in. And if you don't move it and move it for free, you are just going to lose people, period. Because they are going to find new things to play that look better and feel better and sound better and whatever on the new hardware. And you'll just fall off.
Definitely.
It just kind of is what it is. But the other thing, and I want to get your take on this, Sin, assuming we can hear you. Couldn't hear that. But yeah, seriously. It doesn't sound like they spoke about their content releases up through 2022. It does not sound like they have intentions of going to a Destiny 3. What do you think about this? Do you think they're going to do a Destiny 3?
Yeah.
Nah. Let's try again.
Let's try this again.
Hey.
All right, my man. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go.
Okay. I do think a Destiny 3 will probably eventually come in some shape or form, but I think they probably want to develop it on the new hardware, like strictly for the PS5, strictly for the Xbox Series X. I think that's what we're going to do. And take the time to just keep working on Destiny 2 and building up, keep the content going, keep the community happy, keep the community satisfied while they have people in the background working on what the next big step forward as far as, graphics and speed and all that type of stuff. So I do think it may not be called 3, who knows, but I think something along that veins will come down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was going to ask. Do you think they will, or do you even think it's a good idea for them to do a Destiny 3? Or should they just get past the numerology of it?
Yes.
So just Destiny,
whatever name.
The Taken Queen.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever it's going to be.
I'm going to get to that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And another thing I do like about what they're doing with the next big DLC coming out in September is the fact that something we've been missing from Destiny 1, the Stranger's coming back as far as storyline. Like, we haven't seen the Stranger in forever, just fell off the face of the earth.
Since the very beginning.
Don't know what happened, so at least they're bringing her back or whatever. Hopefully we get those gaps filled in. So
as a Destiny 2 hater, not that I actually hate the game, but I hates on it. Like, I'm a hater. That's one of my biggest complaints. Is just they jumped into Destiny 2 really trying to hold on to doing what people really wanted, which was give us a story. You know what I mean? And Destiny 1's story was kind of all over the place. And it was a lot of left open, just loopholes, like literally a character that just showed up, was like, yeah, I got you. And then just, you'll never see.
Never again.
At this point, listen to me, that was 6 years ago. Why is this man still the Stranger? We should absolutely know the name of this character by now.
Hey, they're going to stay the Stranger. Who knows? Maybe
it was 6 years ago.
Maybe we've seen them and just don't realize it, and they're just going to stand up. Yeah, I am the Stranger.
No hats.
They said they plan on revisiting the XO world.
Yeah.
So something tells me
dope.
something tells me that's where the Stranger's been the whole time. They'll try to spin it back.
Yeah. Totally possible. Totally possible. Is there anything else you want to say about Destiny 2, anything you're excited about or whatever, before we get into these predictions?
No. What I heard. But I am patiently waiting the rest of the details to come out before it release to see on the improvements that they plan on making and things they plan on changing up. Right now, I'm excited, but, I'm keeping an eye on what's going on. I'm not stupid.
So I was playing Destiny 2 today. And y'all maybe know this, maybe you don't. You know, I had to re-get it because I was like, I hate this joint. Took it off my box. Like, get out of my box. Taking up a lot of space for no reason. Get out of my box. At some point, I guess I re-downloaded it because it was there. I just had to do an update, which was like 4 gigs. Wasn't terrible.
Yep, that was the latest one.
Didn't take long. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped in. As always, the game feels the shooting mechanics, all that, they feel good. Feels good to play it. Yeah. I don't really care about what's going on in the story. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really motivate me. I hate being pulled out of co-op situations to have to do things on the solo. Just feels stupid. Like, don't make a cooperative game if you can't do it all cooperatively. Right. This is clearly like, bruh, this is Bungie. Y'all did Halo. We play Halo with the cutscenes together. Why can't we all just be in this? There's something that's just broken. You know what I'm saying about it. So I played, right. I sat the haterade down for a little bit. Played for a little while. Might be picking my drink back up. I just want you to know. But I'm gonna say that it is super important that I think a game like this does cater to the super fans. I'm not a super fan. Mm-hmm. I think it's important for them to cater to the super fans. I like what I'm hearing. I like what they're doing. It might be too late for me. If I was still engrossed the way you guys are sort of engrossed, it might mean more to me. And maybe, just maybe, I'll jump back in. Just to run, do some stuff with y'all, you know, ball the glass, old stuff, you know, whatever.
Right.
But I guarantee you that if they don't make the kind of adjustments that I've been talking about for years
I was going to get into one that you have been talking about for a while. Because
what's that?
One of your biggest gripe was the fact, like, the armor. Like, you know, there's necessarily, like, collections of armor that you could put together that form an actual set, but they don't necessarily do anything. So with the last few updates, they have done some changes, especially on... you don't have to specifically use this armor in Gambit, but, you know, it serves best to use this armor in Gambit. Each piece of the armor does give you certain perks and certain buffs, and when you put all the armor together, it gives you, like, one major buff. So they have been adding a few of those type of elements into the armor, and I think they kind of wanted to experiment and see what it did. Like the Invader set, I forget what they're all three of them are called, but depending on, like, when you play Gambit, they each give you special perks. Like, if you're the type that likes to invade the other side, you get extra perks when you jump across. If you're, like, defending, being a blocker, you know, if you jump to the other side, you can block the other person's vault from popping up. So you have those type of feelings and those type of elements that are being added into it. And I know that was one of your biggest things.
Absolutely.
And I know
but it should be a thing in the main story campaign, because I could care less about Gambit. Like, I want to play with y'all. I don't mind co-oping or whatever. I don't want to deal with other people. Like, I don't want to continue to have bounties that are like, go into PvP and play 10 PvP matches. Whether you win or you lose, just go play 10 PvP matches. Why are you making me do that? Why can't you find something else for me to do to get these? Like, it's just dumb. Like, it's just, there are things about it that feel unnecessarily forced. And if you've created a game that you expect people to live in and have things to go do, like, there are tons of MMOs I could point to, an Elder Scrolls or Neverwinter or whatever, where, yes, there are PvP elements to it, but you're never forced into it. You can grow your character and get things done without ever having to do that. You know what I mean? And I don't like being forced into playing a version of the game or a part of the game I don't like or I don't want to. No. And I know that there's always a possibility, right, that somebody who would not give it a try would go do it because they're doing a bounty or something, they don't have a choice, and end up liking it. But that's... Get out of there.
Ellis just came for you, just so you know. My man was like,
listen,
sounds like he's some sauce in PvP.
I mean, and here's the thing. That's probably true. I won't deny it, because I don't care about the PvP in that joint. Now, if you want to jump on Halo, that's a whole other thing, Ellis. You know what it is. Don't.
Just a little bit.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Marcus, I don't know if you did hear. There is, I know you asked about more classes. There is a new class being added to the new DLC when it drops in September. So we are.
He means class, like Hunter, Titan.
Oh, that type of class.
Yeah, I think that's
power. I got you.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if they're actually gonna do that, but those three is getting old. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Being that we're looking at 2022, I think adding a new class wouldn't be too far fetched to do, especially if they're trying. To me, it seems like they're trying to do like almost like the Grand Theft Auto 5 type thing, and just trying to keep this game as long as they possibly can, and just build and add on it. Which I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Inevitably, maybe you know what? When you start making some leap and bound changes, maybe then yes, Destiny 3, Destiny, the new game, whatever you want to call it at that point. But I'm perfectly fine with building on Destiny 2, letting it go to the next gen consoles, pulling out the power that they have to offer and putting behind this. Like, I'm for it. Yeah, I had a love-hate relationship with Destiny, but I don't know. Destiny is just one, like, I don't know. Just like you said, I like the controls. I like the way it feels. I just keep coming back to it. I grinded like crap yesterday. Like when me and Sin jumped in for a little bit, I was light level like 950 when I started the day. I ended up being 1,000 by the night time when I ended. So you
probably should have let that go, bro. I did get a dope shotgun today.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
But whatever. I mean, whatever.
But
yeah, I had the same love-hate relationship with Destiny 2. One, I was all day playing it. Two, for some reason, just I go, I come back, I go, I come back, go, come back. So I'm back now. We'll see, what they got to talk about. If
I just stay in it more because I'm the opposite of you. Like I like jumping in PvP, so that's really what keeps me, honestly, in more than anything else. Cause I like doing trials. I like doing that stuff.
Definitely enjoy Gambit. Like you know what I mean. Like I see.
Yeah, I grinded Gambit out, and so I could get. Where's that? Do I have that thing where I can grab it?
Oh yeah, the actual physical medal or whatever.
I grinded so I could get the little Gambit medal. I don't know where I had it sitting here somewhere. It's over here somewhere, but I grinded.
If I grind for a medal, that ain't gonna be no Destiny, bro.
Hey, I'm cool with
it. That's not happening. You tried to? Did you get a jacket? Don't they give you a jacket?
I didn't do any of the jackets or anything. They had the jackets, but most of those were attached to the raid, and you had to beat the raid within like the first week or something like that. And I didn't take the time to beat the raid in the first week. I probably when the new one comes out in September, eventually I'm sure they'll add another raid. I'm probably gonna try to jump on and beat that in the first week, so I can actually try to get one of these jackets for a change.
It's all you, bro. Listen, let's move on. Let's talk about PlayStation 5. Talk about this event. So the event itself was supposed to happen last week.
Mm-hmm.
We are moving to tomorrow, just because of all the madness from last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get into some predictions. You guys knew we were gonna do this, but I have no idea how prepared you are. I will say this: PlayStation is lining this up to be about games.
Absolutely.
They are. Like, you're going to see PlayStation 5 games running. And I'm positive that they will take a note from the mishap that Microsoft had when they did theirs.
And that have gameplay.
It wasn't. I mean, but here's the thing. They didn't even necessarily say gameplay. They just said you're going to see PlayStation 5 games. They don't necessarily have to. It could just be trailers. Mm-hmm. I doubt it will be. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Do they show the box tomorrow? Will we see the physical PlayStation 5 tomorrow? Yes or no?
Actually, I'm going to say, as for seeing it, yes. I think we may see it, but I don't think we're going to get anything outside of seeing it.
So you think we'll see it? What'd you say, Sin?
Check.
Yeah, check it again. Check it, yeah. Because we are the...
My name is Sin.
Make the homie say holes in it. Check it again.
Check.
Hey,
right there. All right, now what's up?
Yes.
Are we going to see the box?
Yes.
We are going to see the box.
You're going to see the box.
All right, that's a definitive. You would put money on that. You sound super like you know something. Like you said that like you know something.
Inside track.
Who you know it's Tony, bro? Yeah, like what's up?
That's not a good feeling.
Like, see, now can't nobody hear you. So I see Sony trying to cut your mic off.
Whoa, like no,
they like, hold on, bro. You giving out? wait, don't get sniped about to give out this information, bro. Why are we gonna see the box? Why are you so positive we're gonna see the box?
If y'all can hear
bro,
me,
I can't hear you
right now. Yeah, about to say y'all probably can't hear
me.
me.
There you go.
Oh, y'all can hear me now?
Stop. Yeah, you know what? Just stay like that. Just I don't know what it is. Stay like that.
Apparently, so I'll just keep it like this for right now.
Okay.
I think it's time. We've seen the Xbox One for a while now, and people are clamoring for it. People want to see the box. They want to know what it looks like. I think we'll actually see what it looks like. I agree with you, Jokes. They probably won't go into that much detail since they want to focus on games, but I at least think we'll see it.
You think you're gonna see it?
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. What if we don't? So what?
Oh well.
You know the Sony fanboys are and all that kind of stuff.
They gonna complain.
They'll complain about it for probably a few hours, and that'll be the end of it. You won't hear about it no more, and periodically throughout the week or something like that. Like, people ain't gonna be caring too much. They'll be talking about, oh my god, this game is coming out. Oh my god, that game is coming out. Forget Xbox. You know how they're gonna do. So.
Now, but I guess what I'm saying is, man, like the internet. I mean, Sony broke the internet when they just did a tweet of the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Just an image of the controller. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, if they do this tomorrow, we get like an hour of just games. This is coming. It's going to be on here. This is what it's going to look like, whatever. And they don't show the box. And then next month, when Microsoft decides to do their event where they're showing all their actual Xbox exclusive titles, and the day before, nay, the day of, nay, the day after, Sony just tweets, literally just, here's the box, bing. What do you think that would do to Microsoft's press and a press coverage?
It'll chime in, but I don't think it'll, depending on what games they throw at us. I mean, but granted, people want to see that box. People,
putting out that image then around that time, it would definitely suck up the news feed.
And that joint would be, and it would be like catching somebody peeing on a fire live. Like, people would be like, yo, you see that? Because it wouldn't just be that they showed a picture of the box. It would be they showed a picture of the box right on top of Microsoft's event. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Which is what Sony likes to do.
I mean,
they like to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they do that.
Xbox, that's all good and all, but hey, here's a picture of our box right quick. Boom.
Right. That was cute. Here's the box. The box could be ugly too. It could be terrible.
Yeah, it could be horrible. People are gonna steal it.
Won't matter. I mean,
like you already know. Like what I said, because of the way the controller looks, I was like, if that box comes out and the box is white and it's not like that glossy finish white, I'm gonna complain about it because that bad boy is gonna get so dirty.
So here's the thing. The image that they are using to promote this event is an image of the controller. But it's not the white controller that they showed before. It's the black controller.
Yeah.
So are there two different color boxes? Are there two different boxes? Or are we just getting different color controllers?
Nah, I think they're going to do the color boxes. I think we talked about that. We said if they were going to have one or two models, and maybe that's how they're going to distinguish between the two models, is making the colors different. Whatever. The black one, if so be.
I know you thought they were going to do two models. I don't think they're going to do. I think they'd be dumb to do two models.
A white joystick.
I don't think they got that kind of money, and I don't think they can pull those kind of resources based on what's going on. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. I think later down the line, whichever one they announce with a white one or a black one, you'll see the other color version of it later down the line, and they'll probably just release a white controller and a black controller.
Or they're just doing like the Nintendo Switch type of thing, and you know what? The same box, but hey, here's one with a white controller, here's one with a black controller.
That's possible. Also, I think dumb, but that's possible. All right, so you both think we'll see the box. Neither of you think we'll get a price. No price point.
Nope.
We get no release date.
They'll say holiday. They may say go ahead and say like holiday, just like. But
we're not getting a definitive release date.
I don't think so.
So without a price and without a release date, we can't get pre-orders. So we're not doing pre-orders yet.
Nope.
So we're not trying to beat Microsoft to the punch with pre-orders. Okay. Notice right now, I'm just asking y'all a question.
It's all good, man. It's fine. No, it's fine.
I know I got some things.
Then you can counter every single thing we say. It's fine. Let's just
are we going to get
That's what he does. Poke
a day full of straight PlayStation exclusive titles? Or like, is everything we're going to see?
No.
Okay. So we will see cross-platform titles.
Yes.
Will we see straight up exclusive titles?
I still think we will. I think we'll get a mix of both.
Okay.
Like I don't because they don't have I don't think they would have enough exclusive PlayStation only titles to dedicate a whole hour show to. So definitely a mix of first party, third party games that are going to be coming out.
I mean, for real, every single team they have, every team they have is working on nothing now that we don't either already know about or isn't just about to come out. Like, Naughty Dog has Last of Us 2 coming out. We know they're finishing that up, and they'll be working on that for a while. So we wouldn't expect to see anything from them, though they do have a large team. They could have a second team that's working on something small or whatever. I don't think the team from Ghost is doing anything else. I think they're working on Ghost and getting that out. I don't think we see anything from them. But, okay, do we see a new Horizon Zero Dawn game?
Yes. And this is the one I want to put the statement on. I think that's going to open the show. I think they're going to
open the show.
I think that's going to open the show. This is the one I want to go out there and try to, how I like to do.
Okay, this is your hype man joint. I'm
going to go opposite. They're going to close with it.
Close with it. I think this is how they're going to kick the show off, and they're going to try to say, oh, here's what the power of the PlayStation 5 can do, and I think this is their in-house title that they are going to try to start to show off and show off on there. Whether it's one, I think it's going to show whatever the capabilities of this new controller, whatever possible it can do. I think they're going to have those. I know. I
ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing at Ellis in the comment. It's cool. Just keep it.
But I think Horizon is going to be the one they're going to try to push to the forefront. Like, look, this is going to push the bound limits of what the I won't say limits, but this is what's going to push the PS5's video and the graphics to the potential of right now of what we can do with it.
Okay.
There's another
title. And they're gonna start the show with that. So now, you're saying they start the show with it. Sin, you're saying they close the show with it. I need to hear the opposite from you. So if they are starting the show with that, Jokes, what are they closing with?
They're going to close with something that I don't think any of us have on our radar. I think closing the show...
So not Spider-Man 2.
Nope. I think it's going to be something completely left field. Like, something we're not even thinking about. I want to say it's a first-party title, but who knows? But I think it's going to be something that they're working on, I'm just going to throw out something completely left field.
Ratchet and Clank? What are we getting? No,
I think Ratchet and Clank's coming, but I don't think that's going to be the left field one. I think Sony may try to get gutsy, and I think we may see something like a new Metal Gear. As much as it's not in the hands of Hideo Kojima anymore, I think they may try something with the new Metal Gear game.
Let me shut that down right now. Right now. And I'm going to tell you why. If Sony gets in bed with Konami and does a new Metal Gear and Kojima's not attached to it, Kojima's going to have a fit, bruh. Like the partnership that Kojima has with Sony, with them having done Death Stranding, the deals that he definitely turned down with Microsoft to get that exclusively. For real, it might not even have been they was trying to get it exclusive. They probably was just trying to be like, hey, put it on this joint too. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like that would be such a stab in the face. That's not even a stab in the back. Like, that's like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, a Metal Gear?
Hey,
Slim.
That's my.
If it's not a remake, like if they're doing Metal Gear Solid 2 full-on remake like Blue Point
something like
is
that.
doing, because there's a lot of rumors about what Blue Point is working on right now. We know it's a remake of some sort, and most people think that it's Demon Souls, which I think would be stupid, but that might be what they're doing.
Too. But not.
I just don't think there's enough of a following for that. But I got it though. But I know that there's people who dig it.
But I don't think it would. It may not be like Metal Gear Solid 6. It may be like how they did like what was that? Rising. That was Rising.
Rising Revengeance.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that. Like, it may not necessarily be 6, but it'll be something within the world of Metal Gear, and they'll try it again. Like, that's my that's their closing. That's the closing.
Sin. What are they opening with? What is it?
What?
Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne 2.
Either 2 or whatever they're gonna call it. Yeah, but the sequel.
Okay.
To Bloodborne.
New Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Are we getting an Order 1887?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it was big enough. Didn't hit hard enough for them.
They own the IP.
I'm
laughing at it too.
Ellis, relax, bro. Relax, sir. Listen. If they show a new Spider-Man, okay, tomorrow, it's not coming out for 2 years. Next year at the most. I won't buy one until then, unless they have something else that's crucial. Because I'm going to tell you what's not going to happen. They're not going to show you a Spider-Man and it's coming out this year. It's not going to be a release title. Is Horizon, whatever that is it a release title? And I'm talking day one.
Day one.
I'm not talking release window.
Day one on the being able to buy it in the store, take it home with your console.
Day one.
Nah, I'm going with release window for that one.
Man, I'm going yes.
Okay, so we have a yes. We have a no. We have a window. We have a day one. What besides Madden are the day one PlayStation 5 titles?
Well,
what are we getting?
Besides that, 2K Call of Duty. I think.
Right. I know we're going to get Madden.
Outside of those typicals is what
we're going to get Madden. We're going to get 2K. We're going to get Call of Duty. Got it. You know what I'm saying? What are we getting? Day one. What can you buy? What can you get in the store?
Console, you figure. I'm going to go with the one they've been talking about, Godfall. Because I know it's slated for holiday.
Okay.
But I feel like they're just using the holiday placement because they don't want to say what the date is. And I feel like that is probably going to be one of those day one games that you can pick up. I feel like
that scares me, but possible. Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah, I feel like they got to have a couple of those titles that are just, hey, this is only PS5. You got to be able to get this here. I think Godfall, that's the other one that I think they're going to try to use to say this is one of those games that's going to push the limits on what the technology of the PS5 and what it has to offer to it. Because
why wouldn't they open with that? Considering people have already seen like a teaser for it. We saw it at Game Awards. It was literally the very first game that was announced for the PS5. Why wouldn't they open with that? Especially if it is going to show off the tech and be the take this game home with you game. Because if Horizon isn't ready, and I don't think it will be, if Horizon isn't ready for you to take home, what are you taking home that is an IP that you trust? Because we know Sony has tons of IP. Tons of IP that could and should be ready to go. But let's remember that things are very different now than they were with past consoles. PlayStation 4, are we getting Knack 3 day one? Tell the truth. That's Mark Cerny's baby.
Possibly. Very strong.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
That may be really.
Are we getting a new Ratchet and Clank game?
I do think yes, we are going to get the new Ratchet.
Is it day one?
I don't know if it's day one.
That's a day one. That's a day one.
You go with day one.
That's a day one. New Ratchet and Clank.
A platformer. It's one of Sony's babies.
Insomniac. Day one. Recently purchased team. The same team that did Spider-Man is doing Ratchet and Clank. New joint to follow up the last one. Okay. Are we getting Sly Cooper trilogy remake, day one, PS5.
Trilogy remake could be that could be a thing. That could be.
Are we getting Gran Turismo? Will we see Gran Turismo anything tomorrow?
I think so. Yes. It may not be a brand new Gran Turismo game. It may be just porting over from the PS4 with. Hey.
That joint better be brand new. How long has it been since we got a Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
Didn't one of them come out last year, or they ported it last year, or something like that?
Hey Slim, if a Gran Turismo came out last year, it has to be the worst Gran Turismo in history, though. Because I don't know nothing about it, bruh. That's bad.
Trying to show off a Gran Turismo, but it'll be like launch window. Like, it won't be a day one type of thing.
It's not going to be a day one?
Yeah.
Yo, Gran Turismo is easily one of their biggest franchises. Racing games are easily one of the easiest ways to show off new hardware and what they can do. Like those games are always at the forefront when you're showing off new hardware.
That's what I think.
You don't think it will be ready to go?
No.
Okay. While you're looking that up, Jokes, are we going to see PSVR titles tomorrow?
No.
Being the fact that
You probably right about that, Ellis. That there will be more quality games than what's on the new Xbox. Maybe. I mean, a lot of what we'll see will probably be on both, and will probably run better on the Xbox, with the exception of whatever exclusives they have that go one or the other. But if they have a major exclusive, and they should, and they probably will, it will easily outshine anything that Microsoft is going to have, because the only thing they're planning right now that we know of that should be day one is Halo Infinite. That's it. Which you don't need a new Xbox to play.
If they do announce a new Bloodborne tomorrow, I think that'll be a day one.
Okay. I think you're right. I think Bloodborne might be a Bloodborne 2, a new Bloodborne might be the strongest title, and I think it is the most likely title to be a day one. Honestly do.
Yep.
Horizon, I don't think will be ready. I think you're right, Sin. Launch window. I don't think it comes out day one, because I don't quite think they're ready. They just made those changes over at Guerrilla. They moved, now I can't think of his name. The guy that was running Guerrilla is now like helping them run Worldwide Studio. He kind of moved into like what Shuhei's position was. Shuhei's in a new position now. Because remember, we had a lot of people that moved and shifted at the top level, right? So a lot of people left. So
Sony likes that new window that they released their big exclusive titles of, like early March, late February.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Is that what ended up becoming a successful way of doing things for Sony over this past generation has been keeping their exclusive titles away from the holiday, allowing their third-party deals to release those games during that holiday and to let them really, really shine, sell consoles based on that kind of stuff, and then release their big games between like January and March, somewhere in there. Maybe between January and April, but first quarter of the year, just before or just in the beginning of the last fiscal quarter, has been when they've really been releasing their titles and truthfully seeing the most success with their titles. And that really is a thing that was born out of them missing release dates for their exclusive titles that were supposed to launch, like Uncharted. Missed, you know what I mean? Should have been holiday. So I think that strategy is a strong and smart strategy that works for them. It allows for all these other companies that always are pushing to have games come out at the holiday, because it's such a major season and it is so easy to sell. It does make sense to even take your exclusive titles and just back them out of the window of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty outsells everything every year.
That's true.
Activision and Call of Duty do still have the marketing deal, specifically with Sony. They haven't moved to Xbox or back to Xbox that we've seen. So as far as we know, it is that way and will continue to be that way. So they will probably do a lot of promotion for whatever the new Call of Duty will be. And we might see that tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all. Not at all.
Especially if they plan on having that release window. You know what I mean? Here's a reason to grab this system and go with it. We're going to have these games coming out March. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And I think we're definitely going to see that. I don't remember whether or not you said yes or no to whether we're going to see any VR. Are we going to see any VR?
That's what I was going to get. So, have they been open about if the original VR headset's going to work with the 5?
It is. Because they're not doing a new PSV, or at least not yet.
Okay. So, with that being said, I do think we may see a sprinkle of VR. I don't think necessarily just to show us the fact, look, we haven't forgot the people that have the VR headsets, and you may want to do the investment to the new system and you want to use it. Look, we're going to have a title here and there that you'll be able to get. So I do think we'll see some VR presence, but I don't think it's going to be we're going to spend 20 minutes on a whole VR segment. We may just get a title of a game, maybe a quick little preview of it, and just move it right along. But I think they may throw something just so they feel like that no one's going to forget about it, and to at least please the people that have invested in the VR headsets.
Sin, are we going to see new initiatives from PlayStation around games? Something that is akin to Game Pass. Something that is designed to battle that. Are we going to hear about whatever Sony is doing that is supposed to be like Microsoft Smart Delivery? Buy it on PS4, upgrade for free on PS5. Are we going to see and hear those things, or are we just going to get a download of game after game after game, and that's going to be it? Are we getting new initiatives, new information like that?
Check.
Yeah.
You hear me? Okay.
Yep.
I do think, I mean, especially since with the Destiny reveal, they mentioned PlayStation. They were talking about not buying and moving over. Mm-hmm. So with them kind of already putting that out there with such a big title with Destiny, I do think we'll hear whatever they're going to call their smart delivery thing or whatever. I think we will hear something about that tomorrow. I do hope they say something about PS Now, like their Game Pass feature, how they ramped it up and the changes they're making to it. I do hope to hear it from them tomorrow.
Okay.
I would be surprised if I didn't. But my fingers are crossed that we do hear something.
How important, how big of a deal would it be if they said, starting with PlayStation 5, if you have PlayStation Now, PlayStation 5 exclusive titles are included in PlayStation Now, the same way Game Pass has Microsoft titles included. How big of a deal will that be?
That'd be huge.
Just like it was when Microsoft did it.
Yeah, I think it'll be huge. Like we know, we've had this conversation.
It'll be much bigger than when Microsoft did it, because Microsoft doesn't have the games Sony had
to do. Yeah, I think we've had this conversation before, and it's like PlayStation Now, it sells, and there's people that are in that ecosystem that use it very much so well. I just don't think PlayStation does a very good job necessarily about talking about it and promoting it the way that Microsoft puts forward Game Pass on there.
Because it's not as good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just because it's not as good.
So I think what they may do is maybe they'll rebrand it. I think PlayStation Now, granted, is a thing, but I think they may try to maybe rebrand it to try to give it a little bit more of a breath of fresh air to everybody, almost making it seem like it's something new, but at the same time it's not really something new. But hey, we're gonna slap this new title on it. New
branding counts though. Yeah.
We're gonna slap the new title on it, and then yes, maybe we'll see a couple of these titles that'll just go straight into PlayStation Now on day one. Maybe they don't necessarily do all of.
Can it be more expensive than Game Pass? If they do the exact same thing Game Pass is doing, can it be more expensive? Can they charge $15 a month instead of $10 a month?
They have to come hefty with the games that they're going to drop in there, right?
I mean, but if they're doing PlayStation exclusives, that's automatically hefty, I think, personally. I mean, I think that's hefty. Can they do 15?
I think they could do 15. I think they could bring it down, maybe somewhere around there.
I think 10 will work. I mean, look, man, the information has to be going back to Sony, right? I know that teams that do Game Pass deals with Microsoft sign NDAs, because I'm sure different companies are getting different deals and whatever to do it, right? But we know that it's working. Somebody's talking, bruh.
Somebody.
Period. It's definitely some snitching going on. So there are people at Sony who know exactly what's happening with Game Pass, where the money's coming from, how people are getting paid out. There's no two ways about it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you how I know that. Did y'all see early this week, Samsung was talking about their new Samsung Access? Did you see that?
Yes.
Samsung has a new program where you get, it's basically a subscription program for a TV. Like you get you sign up for it or whatever, credit check, all that, whatever. You pick from this list of brand new 2020 TVs.
Yep.
You can upgrade your TV automatically every 72 months or whatever it is, right? But it also comes with an option, because you can do like HBO Now. You can do, there are several other things you can pick. One of which is Game Pass.
Yep.
On your TV.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this.
We did
months ago.
We did.
I told you this was coming months ago. There is a movement happening from Microsoft to see your games played wherever you are. I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up on a PlayStation at some point. I'm gonna keep that a whole buck. But right now, I think one of the things that we could see from Sony outside of just games, because I do think we're going to see games. Personally, I think we're going to see the box. We don't really have to, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the very last thing they show. That's not a thing you open with.
Kind of a
it's not a thing you do in the middle.
That
is definitely a one last thing.
Yeah.
We forgot to show
and
you
just
this.
show a picture of it. They don't have to talk about it. They don't have to tell you nothing. They don't have to give you a price point. They don't have to do anything. They could just
smack you with
put it on the screen and be a doubt. And that'd be it, because it's going to be that screenshot. Twitter going to blow up. IG's blowing up. Facebook's blowing up. It's a wrap. And that's what everybody's going to write about. Everybody who's writing about anything that happens at the event is going to be, we finally saw the box. It's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We finally saw the box. It's whatever it is. You know what I mean? Oh my God, the box is white. You know, whatever, right? If they do it, it'll last for quite some time.
That would definitely.
They don't have to. They don't have to, but I have to imagine, right? Because they just said that they are in manufacturing now with PlayStation 5s, which means sooner than later, folks are going to have them in their hands. Pictures are going to start to leak. And they claim that the only reason why they showed the controller was because they started sending the controller out to dev teams, and they were afraid it was going to leak. And they figured, better come from us
get ahead of it
than come from someone else. Now, you can say that. It did also come right on the heels of a Microsoft announcement. But that's a whole other thing. What I'm saying is, they might just decide we should just get ahead of it. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and push it out there. Ellis says pre-orders will open up tomorrow. Here's the thing. Pre-orders can only open if they have a price and they show the box. If they don't show the box, they can't do pre-orders. I also know that they want to do a worldwide launch.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were to open pre-orders tomorrow, they have to announce a price in order to launch worldwide and have pre-orders worldwide. So they might be able to get away with it here. But if you remember, when they pushed back The Last of Us 2, they refunded the pre-orders.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why they did that is because when you don't have a date,
you can't have,
and you don't have a price, you can't have pre-orders. So they had to give it all back. And then they turned around like 2 weeks later and were like, oh, here's the date. You know what I mean? Here it is.
Give us that money back.
So clearly, it was like they had to have done that out of a necessity. You know what I mean? Like they just refunded it to you. Not like they gave you a choice. You know what I'm saying? So unless you pre-ordered it from GameStop or something like that, which you couldn't get into at the time to get your money back from a pre-order, they gave all that back. So if they're going to do pre-orders, which would be smart, because it means that people are starting to slap their money down and they already have an idea of how many consoles they need to make. Because we already know there's going to be a constraint on them being able to make consoles to meet the demand. So they need to get that information sooner rather than later. Now that also does put Microsoft in a position to undercut them. Or to just turn around and be like, oh, by the way, that Lockhart joint that y'all knew was here, but we didn't tell y'all was here, but we know y'all know it's here because it's sitting in our code. Bam. Right? I don't think that's happening I don't think we see Lockhart till next year. I don't think that's something that's supposed to be coming out this year. I think the Series X is all that there really is supposed to be, and they really want to focus on trying to move Xbox Ones, S1s, 1Ss, 1Xs, which is part of why their strategy, like, they don't care if you buy the new hardware. They care that you're playing their games. Yep. They don't care if you're playing on a 1S or 1X or if you're playing on Windows or whatever. They just want you in the ecosystem. They want you in Game Pass so that you move up. So I don't think they do that. But I do think that if PlayStation announces pre-orders, that means they have to give a price. That means they have to give a date. They might be able to get away without doing a date. No, they got to have a date because you can't have a pre-order without dates.
I think they can just say holiday.
Nah, they got to have a date. Like, you got to have something. You got to have something more concrete than that. As far as I know. Again, not necessarily here. Mm-hmm. Outside of here. Other countries have requirements like that we don't have. So what you saying, Ellis? Folks got to put in that work. All types get that PS5 approved. We need the price and pre-orders immediately. I agree. We do need it. That don't mean they're gonna give it to us. Yeah. Because again, we're still playing cat and mouse between them and Microsoft to try to see, can we undercut them? Can we do it at the same price as them? You know what I mean? Can we afford to take a hit on them? Blah, blah. Showing the games to get people hype is already more than enough. People are already in that camp. They're going to buy it. They just need to know when and how much. They just need to know when they can pre-order it. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So the games are not going to do anything but build hype for it. I do think it'd be a kind of a disgusting tease to show really, really hype, dope games tomorrow and not
show the box.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to play.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. But I also feel like the wording that they're using is trying to just mentally prepare you. And I mean, it could just be them messing around. It's trying to mentally prepare. Like, we're showing games. We never said we were showing you the box. We never said, you know what I mean? There are parts of it that make me feel like they don't even know what the box looks like yet. I'm not even joking.
Probably on that drawing board.
I'm not joking.
Drawing stuff.
I'm not joking.
Drawing it, trashing.
On 100, because I really do think that down to the last minute, until they absolutely have to vacuum form them joints to put them out, they're going to do everything they can to cut as much from the cost of the manufacturing as they can before they show it to you, and then you be like, that's not what the box looks like. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting another boomerang controller joint where they prototypes and putting it out and showing pictures and it never drops. Like, nah,
not
happening.
Out looking like a 1X. They just gonna say, screw it, just make it look like a 1X.
I mean, they could, but I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. Look, man, I guess we're gonna find out tomorrow, ain't we?
Big facts. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. Like, this is the kind of thing. Like, it feels like it's E3, even though it's not really E3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited. Like, this is the kind of stuff that just kind of gets me. I want to see what's popping. I want to see what the new hardware is doing. Listen, not even lying. Knack 3 could be a thing tomorrow. Knack 2, probably one of the worst games on the PlayStation 4. Probably one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 4. Like, that joint takes advantage of things from an early time in that system's life cycle that, like, nothing else was really doing it. Like, no, you shouldn't play it. But go look at it.
Look at it.
It's pretty.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And, they're going to try to show that kind of stuff off tomorrow. So, look, I do think we're probably going to get a tech demo. That always blows me. I am almost positive we're going to see something tomorrow that's not coming out for at least 3 years, because that's the Sony way.
That's what they do.
There are rumors that there will be a Rockstar game trailer tomorrow at this event. Rumors abound. It's not going to be GTA 6.
Not at all.
I promise. I promise you it's not.
No manhunt.
Could be Bully.
Hey.
Bully will be dope.
Hey.
Bully will be dope.
Won't be table tennis.
Oh.
But could be Bully. Could be Agent. Now, they finally stopped working on that. But technically, as far as I know, Rockstar still owes PlayStation the game from that deal from PlayStation 3. They were supposed to be bringing Agent over as an exclusive title. So there might be something there.
Maybe.
We just gonna have to wait and see.
Nice.
But I'm amped for it.
It'd be nice if PlayStation.
It's not gonna be GTA 6, Ellis. It ain't gonna be GTA 6.
It'd be
man.
nice if PlayStation tried to bring like
that ain't happening.
Like a Siphon filter or something like that, finally out of the woodworks. But
hey, bro, listen to me. The Siphon Filter team is the team that's doing Ghost.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Never mind. Never mind.
So unless they give the IP to someone else to do, which is possible, you know, I mean, Blue Point, there's a couple things they could really be working on, but, you know, a Ratchet's not going to excite me. Sly Cooper's not going to excite me.
Right.
I might get out my seat for a Twisted Metal. I might.
I may do a little dance for that.
I might. It's been a long time. I might get out my seat for a Twisted Metal. You know, if they, you know, they be just like working in cahoots with Square, man, and like Square does like to give them some exclusive stuff, man. So if Square give them a toe ball number 3, bruh, it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Battle Arena Toshin Den. Not happening. All right, so listen. What do you say? Oh, what you saying, Tony? Do you think they'll go back to plain block style or try to be fancy like the slant and PS4? I think they're going to try to keep it ergonomic. I think they're going to try to keep it ergonomic. I just do. I don't. But for real, who could tell? I mean, I think based on what the controller looks like, the controller looks rounded and kind of just, you know what I mean? Like,
it's going to have like a little bit of a fancy, some type
of... It feels like they're going to try to spaceship it out a little bit. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're going to try to like I think it's going to be like a Wii U. Like it's going to be like a little rounded, kind of funky looking. But listen, again, who knows, right? Because that also sounds really expensive to manufacture.
To do.
You know what I mean? When you start adding in a bunch of extra stuff to like, I think they're going to try to make it as simple as possible so that they can manufacture them as quickly as possible and for as cheaply as possible.
Yeah.
So that they can maintain their profits, because chances are they're going to take a hit on consoles. They're going to take a loss on console sales. So they have to make it up in the software, which we know they can do. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Alfonso said Heavenly Sword.
Nah, dog.
No,
they can't do it. Yeah, that was PS3, but that's Ninja Theory, which is owned by Microsoft now.
Oh.
So yeah, that's not a thing.
Maybe it'll show up.
I am pretty sure, and it could, because technically Hellblade is like the spiritual successor
to it,
to that in a way, because it was Heavenly Sword and Hellblade. Like that's the thing with them. As far as I know, Ninja Theory owns the IP for Heavenly Sword. I could be wrong about that, but as far as I know, they own the IP. So I do believe Microsoft does not own the IP technically. When they bought Ninja Theory maintains the studios that they have purchased. They have maintained the rights to the IP that they created. But it ain't gonna be on PlayStation unless Microsoft does what they've been doing. Minecraft Dungeons on everything.
Mm-hmm. They say, "Oh yeah, you guys can go ahead and take this. Just make sure you put a big old Xbox logo in front of that game before it starts to play on that console." And you got.
And again, now that they have launched PlayStation Studios, following in the footsteps of Microsoft Studios, I am telling you now, it is in the plans for PlayStation to start releasing their titles on other people's product besides PC. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, it is happening, because that's the only reason why you do that. You need to make sure that when somebody boots up your game,
they see
your branding. That's why they're doing it. So don't be surprised. You know it's happening with MLB.
Yep.
The show. You know that's already happening. That's probably next year. I would not be surprised to see it happening across other things, especially if they decide to do some other sports. Listen to me. What was that? Project Cars?
Project Cars.
Remember Project Cars was like gorgeous, beautiful, but that was like Sony paid to make that happen. But it's like, but you already have Gran Turismo. Y'all don't think they're gonna try to put Gran Turismo out on multiple consoles? Y'all think that joint's gonna stay a PlayStation exclusive?
I
You're straight slipping.
I don't think so, because like put that and have that on the box and let that be against Forza. Boy, you're gonna have some people that are gonna be like, let me go.
You understand what I'm saying?
Try this Gran Turismo right quick.
Let's keep it a buck.
They'll have Sony brand.
Because on
so
fact,
get that money.
On facts, we missed a year for Forza, which I think they pushed back so they could put it out this year. Forza 8. Because it had been every other year. We were getting Horizon and then Motorsport and then Horizon and Motorsport. So they missed a year.
But they did announce Project Cars 3. So they did make that announcement. Wasn't that today? I think they made that announcement.
Like, bro, listen, it's totally possible. Because there were so many announcements today, I did not catch everything. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if it's coming out. And a lot of the announcements today were like, yep, we're cross-platform and we are cross-play on everything. So that's going to be another thing that's just going to affect whether it even matters if you buy multiple consoles.
Project Cars 3. But it's only being, as of now, it's just being advertised as PC, Xbox, and PS4. It says PS4, but for Xbox, it just says Xbox. It doesn't say, like, Xbox One.
I mean...
Yeah, but they got the whole, playing our ecosystem type of thing.
You're right. They probably just want to keep it the one thing, but as of now, so yeah, but no, it is a thing. It is a thing.
Hey, listen. They put that Gran Turismo out on Xbox, dog. It's going to be a problem. There's just no two ways about it, yeah. There's no two ways about it, yeah.
Forza and Gran Turismo going to fight it out.
Hey,
see what the king is once and for all.
I mean, at some point, right, you gotta think, man, it's just getting to the point now where it's like, you make your money on the software. So if you can sell way more pieces of software, the difference, for as great as all of the Sony exclusives are, they are almost all exclusively single-player titles.
Story kind of, campaign.
What that does is, it means as for as great as they are, as many 10s as they put out, 9s as they put out, you always have a lower player base. Always have a lower player base. When you compare the numbers that their titles do to the numbers that Microsoft's titles have done, which have mostly been multiplayer games, Gears of War, Halo, Forza, multiplayer games, you sell more copies because multiple people have to have them and they want to play together. Period. That's just how that works. So if you can then have those titles also on other platforms, you see more.
Here we go.
I was trying to ignore it, Jokes.
I did too.
What happened?
I was trying to ignore it.
So Alfonso asked about a Batman game, and then
hey, listen, man. We might get a quarter Owls joint.
I mean, we've been waiting.
We might get a quarter Owls joint, but WB has been faking so hard on giving us that information.
There's been
could it happen?
There's been like some hints and things. I think some of the
that's what I'm saying. They've been tweeting, and then they make it seem like they tweeted around like the anniversary for Batman. Made it sound like they were gonna do something on Batman Day. Nothing. Like gave us nothing, right?
Oh, Tony.
That's true. That's true, yeah. It's not superhero games. Hey man, listen. I tagged y'all in the joint on Facebook today. Don't act like you ain't see it. You're not gonna go down this rabbit hole with y'all right now because they been letting your man have it. So listen, while we might see that Batman game show up tomorrow, it would not surprise me. Though there are also rumors that WB will have a Harry Potter game lined up, though that might be in bad taste right now because J.K. Rowling is not people's favorite at the moment.
Her foot in her mouth.
So they might have to yank that joint, even if that was going to be a thing. That's probably a bad idea. Hey, listen, man. The chat fire right now. If they do a quarter Owls, I mean, obviously that's not going to be an exclusive. But certainly, for them to have held it off for this long, probably means that they were holding off for it to come to next generation. But it would only make sense to me for it to be the kind of thing that will play on current gen and next gen. Like, that just makes sense. So that almost makes me feel like they wouldn't show it tomorrow because I really feel like they want to dedicate tomorrow to being games that are gonna be
straight PS5.
You know what I mean? Like
just on the PS5.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's third party stuff, again, it could be a little different. Again, and that's where that would fall from WB. But look, man, they still talking about Rocksteady might be making a Ninja Turtles game, which also could be a Batman game. Just saying.
Oh,
totally possible. Now, if they show a Shadow of Mordor tomorrow, I'm gonna lose it live on stream. I'm gonna lose it, bro. I'm gonna lose it. Cause them joints, best Batman game ever made. Matter of fact, might be the best Assassin's Creed joint ever made.
The Dream has no memory of that Facebook post.
Hey, listen, you and the Dream can go sing about it, cause I will re-tag you in that joint again and again and again. It was
I would love to see a Jackson Dash in the ball.
Hey, listen, man, I would not. I could care less.
I would lose it for that. That's one of my joints.
I know Jak and Daxter is a joint. That's how grown do they have to be now? Can they be old men now? But, they grew up with every title.
Yes, they grown
men.
So long. Be grown men in there. I mean, hold
on. Jak and Daxter is also Insomniac, right? Am I tripping? Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
No, they're not. Insomniac was Ratchet and Clank. Jackson Daxter was somebody else.
Hold up, pulling it up.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, I got you, Marcus. I'm gonna tag you in that post, bruh. You're gonna be mad, but you're gonna laugh because you ain't gonna be able to help it. I'm gonna tag you in that post. That's definitely happening.
Published by Sony, but developed by
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
No.
They put in here primary.
You know what I mean?
They have 3 though listed as developers. So Naughty Dog, Ready at Dawn, and High Impact Games. So I don't know if each of them do.
Ready at Dawn is the team that did The Order.
Mm-hmm.
So they could be doing remakes, but I believe that it was announced that the Sly thing is happening. Are we getting new? Are we gonna get a new Crash Bandicoot?
I said that already. I said it already.
Did you? I missed it. My bad.
Not today, but no, when we had talked about it before, but you shot it down because of it being Naughty Dog.
Yeah, but the remakes were not done by them. Like Crash Team Racing, they were done by separate teams, which means that there is a possibility that somebody else could do it.
Pick it up and do it.
You know what I mean? And it could be exclusive because Naughty Dog is them, but you got to remember that those games came out, they were exclusive only for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Those Crash games are Activision actually owns Crash. So they also own Spyro. So those games were cross-platform. They own Xbox, they own
everything now.
Switch, you know what I mean? Whatever. So a new Crash game certainly could be announced. Like that would be the place to announce it at a PlayStation conference. But it certainly could be cross-platform. I mean, they're not going to announce it like it is, but it probably would be if they did that. I don't know, man. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Look, y'all make sure, if you can, tune in tomorrow. We're going to go live at about 3:30 to talk about some of the other things that have dropped. There's been a lot of information coming, a lot of new trailers and things like that. So, Sin and I are going to go live at about 3:30 tomorrow while we wait patiently for Sony to kick it off at 4 Eastern time, our time here. So, you guys, if you can, jump in there. If not, it'll be live so you can go back and watch it, after it's done. So we'll talk a little bit before, we'll watch the whole stream, and then we'll give our thoughts on it afterwards. So hopefully we'll see y'all there. I want to take a moment to thank all of you who are Patreon supporters. Anybody else who would like to jump in and give a buck or two to help us out, it will be really, really helpful. We greatly appreciate it. We are, again, revamping things on Patreon just because COVID has made things a little bit difficult to do things the way we initially planned. So we've been kind of down in the trenches working on some things, trying to come up with some new plans and some new ideas. And I think you guys are going to like what you're going to see. Definitely putting a heavier focus on gaming is one of those important things. And we are preparing to launch a new channel on YouTube. So keep your eyes open for that. we had to postpone something that we had brewing last week. New series, Anime Vault. Since worked very hard on it. We have several episodes that are already in the can, ready to go.
Ready to go.
They are going to start next week. So starting next Thursday, you will see Anime Vault episodes go live, kind of going back and doing some retro, reliving some things and seeing whether or not they live up to the standards of anime today. So please keep your eyes open for that. We certainly will be putting the word out and making sure you don't forget it. But please make sure you check that out. With that, gentlemen, anything else y'all want to say before we go?
Good. I'm just ready to see some new games tomorrow.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this announcement tomorrow.
My man. All right. Well, then thank you to everybody in the chat. With that, we are out. Toodles and loos.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.